of our community, that is the youth. I consult with them, I sit down with them, either in the meetings or in public barazas. They tell me what they have in mind before I start implementing other things which I have. On the culture part of it, Meru is a dynamic county of different cultures. And in particular, in the ECD part of it, there are things which we are supposed to do. For example, things which will promote culture. For example, there are some songs, there are some items which we can do and make it promote our culture. I can also start cultural centers all the way from the wards. That means from each ward we get cultural activities. If I may set an example, cultural activities, we practice, we make it a competition, then from there we proceed to the county, and not from the county, before we reach the county, we go to the sub-county, then we come to the county. And finally, to my thinking, just the way it happens with the drama and other activities in the primaries or secondaries, we come with our activities to our Excellency, the Governor. We present it as we do present in the national government. The same case applies to arts. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Esther. Dr. Esther, what would be 100 days be in office, assuming that there is a committee finds you suitable for that position, and then they do the approval hearing, and then you are sworn in and now as a CEC? What will the 100 days look like? Will we see any change, or we still have the same atmosphere the way it is?
Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Speaker, if this committee gives me a chance for this seat or docket, my first 100 days, I'll start with the ECD. The first one, I will engage the members of County Assembly so that we can implement the issue about the feeding program. Honorable Speaker, you know ECD is a school for learners who are from homes. And most of them may come in school without even breakfast. Or they may come because they are used to taking a lot of food at home. So when they come there, telling them to stay in school for maybe from 8 to either 12 without getting something, it will be almost very hard, if I may say. So within my 100 days, the feeding program will be part of my recommendation. Secondly, I will also look at the ECD teachers. I know most of the schools, not most, some schools have not enough teachers. I will make sure through the parliament, the county assembly, through the county assembly, I'll make sure ECD teachers in those ECD centers where we don't have enough teachers, they get employed. The other issue is about...
Dr.
Yes,
Are you sure within 90 days you will be able to set through in office, engage the county assembly, have a budget, and employ the teachers? Is it possible?
It's honorable. That is why I've not said it's a must. It's just something which may or may not.
Thank you. Continue.
Only it may or may not.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So, on the cultural part of it, because the ministry has culture, it has science, it has education. On the cultural part of it, as I had highlighted later, earlier, I will look at groups of people who have cultural, who have enough information about culture so that we can return our culture back to Meru. And this one, we can start, because 90 days or 100 days are few for me, we can start it from the location level. Maybe after that, we can go ahead up to county or any other level. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Well, thank you, Dr. Esther. Yes, Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir. Esther, congratulations for being appointed to this position. I'm a teacher by profession. I know that is a plus to teachers. So I have only a few questions that I have to ask you, maybe 2 or 3. First one is that when you go to other counties, is indeed teachers have scheme of service, but we in Melu, we don't have one. So what's your plans about coming with one so that you can help those ECD teachers? Then the second question is that, in education, the most important thing or the basic one is the people, that is the student, the teachers, and the classes. In some of our schools, we know they are near closure because the population. Siku hizi ni kama watu wataki watoto. That's what I'm trying to mean. How will you address that? Another one is about teachers. We don't have enough ECD teachers in our schools. Most of them, they have what you call the PTA teachers, and some of the school parents cannot be able to pay, so you don't have enough teachers. So what your plan about that issue? Another one is about the classes. Most of the schools, they don't have enough classes, or some of them, they don't have those classes. So what are your plans about improving the education environment? That's my 2 questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Majority. Dr. Esther, you know you're a teacher, and you ask a student a question, and also you allow the student to answer the question. Now, everything goes through the chair. So now, I allow you now to answer the question.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you, Honorable
Mutuma Majority.
Yeah.
And a colleague in the profession.
Okay.
Yes.
I really appreciate that. You've asked me about the scheme of service for ECD teachers. As I had told this house, the first thing which I usually do, I don't do something alone, and I have to consult. So the first thing I'll do is call teachers, ECD teachers, in various sub-counties. I'll call them according to their sub-counties. We discuss what exactly they want. Because I may tell them something which I want, then when it is passed, it backfires. So the first thing I'll do is consulting my teachers. I ask for their opinions. Then after consulting them, I also consult other leaders, especially in the education sector. I compare maybe whatever they want with other sub-counties, with other counties I mean, so that I can get the real picture of what they want. Then from there, I'll bring it to you, my honorable MCAs, so that you can also advise me, because you have it in mind and you know better than me.
Thank you, Dr. Esther. Esther, I want to give you 2 minutes. What you do is to tell this Honorable Committee on Appointment.
Kindly.
Honorable Esther, I've given you 2 minutes.
Chair.
I've given directions, Honorable Majority, please.
Thank you.
Yes, please continue. I've given you 2 minutes. What you do is to tell this committee.
Sorry?
You are parting short. What you do want to tell this committee?
Sorry.
This is the Committee on Appointment.
Yes.
That is vetting you.
Yeah.
What is your parting shot to them? Do you have anything? I want to release you. Before you go, do you want to tell them anything? If you don't have anything to say, it's okay.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. For me, what I want to request the committee, I'm ready to work diligently for the Meru County, for the benefit of Meru County. I know Meru is my home county, and I know education is very vital to every member in Meru. Therefore, my opinion or my request is for the members to pass me, and if they pass me, I'm ready to work with everybody in the county so that Meru. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ricario. I will now request the Honorable Leader of Majority, a fellow colleague in the profession of teachers, to ensure that you get the document and also you escort you. Thank you. Thank you, honourable members. Mokiri, can we have the other nominee? Honourable members, welcome. Welcome, Monica. Karibu. Benson, please administer the oath.
I, Monica Kadono, do solemnly swear that the information I shall give before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but truth. So help me God.
Thank you, Benson. Also ensure that you give those documents to NITA for verification purposes. Yes, welcome, Monica.
Thank you.
For this vetting process. And we are briefly going to do our introduction to the members of the committee, friends of the committee, and also the staff. I will start with the Honorable Giris Kambura.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Chris Kambura Dronira, nominated by Bass Party. I'm a member of this committee.
A member of this county or a member of this committee?
Eh? I'm a member.
Yes, Honorable Harun.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm Harun Turanera, MC Abogeta East, Chair Planning and I'm a friend of this committee, sorry. Thank you, Speaker.
I'm Mutembe Mbiuki, MCA Gorge West. I'm a member of this committee.
Mwendaidile, MCA Kidhi Ward, Leader Minority, and a member of this committee.
Good afternoon, Madam Kadono. I'm Agnes Karemi Gwantai, specially elected by Bass Party and a member of this committee. Congratulations.
I'm Frida Naito, special elected by UDA, a member of the committee.
Douglas Motea, MCA, Abo Central Ward, a member of the committee.
Nicholas Kinyua Mona Josephat, member of this committee representing Yakist.
Martin Kimathi Muriongi, a member of this committee.
Patrick Mutuma, MCA Kisima, Majority Leader, a member of this committee. Patrick Mutuma, MCA Kisima, Majority Leader, a member of this committee.
Salom Mutu, Ambassador nominee, friend of the committee.
I'm Karimi Kilingo, specially elected by PNU, I'm a friend to this committee, and congratulations, my sister.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. My name is Stephen Ngakule Nchebere, MCA KUNGWA Ward, and a friend of this committee.
Kamadi Catherine, friend to the committee.
Benson.
Good afternoon. My name is Benson Kenywa. I represent the legal office.
I am Isaiah Mbijiwe, Hansard Officer.
Christine Mweti, Research Officer.
Mary Gatweri, the clerk in charge of the committee.
Ali Mwenda, MCAG Award, Deputy Speaker, County Assembly.
Thank you, DS, and Mayu Bundi, Chair, Committee on Appointment. Again, Monica, welcome to this committee. And Monica, I'll give you 2 minutes to introduce yourself to this committee.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman. My name is Monica Kadono. I'm a CPA K holder and a member of ISPAC. I'm currently pursuing a PhD in finance. I have a Bachelor of Commerce in finance and also Masters in finance. I have an experience of 24 years, 2.5 being Meru County. And in all the years I've worked in finance, I began as a clerk and I grew until to the position I was, or I currently am for the committee or executive member.
Thank you, Monica. Monica, we vetted you again here as a CC Finance. For those 2.5 years, mostly for 1 year, you are 1.5 years in Finance Department. Then the last for probably 1 year, you have been in the lands and physical planning. In those particular, for example, 1.5 years, what changes can you really elaborate to this committee and appointment? Also, I know the people of Meru are also watching live. What are really the achievements that you can be able to say that you are at least being able to do in the finance department that have really benefited the people of Meru and the people of Kenya Tranche?
Thank you, Chair, Honorable Speaker. I want to take this opportunity to thank the committee for the first time previously, that is 2022, the opportunity they gave, and I made my promises. And according to me, I have achieved. First, I have worked on making hospitals cashless. When I started my work in the finance, the hospitals were collecting 230 million. They have rose up to the last financial year was 620, almost tripling. And that was also in the Gazette and in the control of budget. And the reason I worked on the hospital for the cashless, it is the opportunity I saw in the hospitals, that the hospital can sustain themselves. And that money, they are able to plow back and use, and that's what happens up to today. And it was campus because you can imagine opening all the accounts for the hospitals and the M-Pesa number, but because of the collaboration and good working relationship with the staff, we were able to achieve that. And I look forward to complete, because it is in that we and also plan, because for hospital, because there's a big opportunity to get revenue from the hospital, especially if we equip. The first phase was to make it cashless. The second phase is to equip the hospitals and also improve on staffing so that now we can get more revenue from the hospitals. That's not enough. I just left a launch of the cashless for the whole Meru County that now I never got the opportunity to implement. Apart from that, I motivated the staff. For example, when I joined the department, only 3 procurement staff were registered. But I encouraged them to register, and currently I believe all the procurement staff, they are registered. And that's what has been even healing, even in the department I've been in lands for lack of registered professionals. But I've been encouraging that to be happening. I also worked on the pending bills. I remember I paid almost over 400 million pending bills. They reduced that, however, that did not continue, and I also look forward to continuing because it is possible to do without pending bills. In the Department of Lands, I concentrate on finance only.
No.
Okay.
What have you also been able to do in that department that you are in?
Yeah, in the Department of Lands, I've worked so much on upgrading of the urban centers. For example, the ongoing Mekindori municipality, I've been at the forefront of doing a public education, civic education for the Nkovo municipality. We are currently, for example, I have worked on the review of the charters from both the MAURI and Meru, and also as the honorable members, you know where we are with the municipality, the KUPSI money that is coming from the partnership. I've worked really very hard to make sure that we are meeting the conditions. I've worked on upgrading the slums. When I went to the department, as I've mentioned on the issue of the professional, having professional registered engineers and planners and all that, we had a program called KISIP. And we almost lost the money because we didn't have a professional registered engineer. I was able, out of my interpersonal skills, communication and negotiation, and collaboration with the other stakeholders to work with the KURA. I worked on an MOU that was approved by the cabinet, and we were able to get a second-hand engineer. And that's how we were able to secure a program of 250 million that is ongoing. I've also worked with the core that is implementing the Donu technology, and the partnership, they are very happy. We have trained over 1,200 beneficiaries. We have done a road for 27 kilometers, a lot of partnership. I'm just doing in brief. By now, I have 5 partners I'm working with, or the department is working with, and that was not witnessed before. We have a GIS lab that is awaiting. This week, we under training with other counties that were benefiting. So in terms of partnership and implementation, I've really sustained and even improved. We have done a lot of, together with the staff, we have done many proposals that are awaiting approval, and some are approved, awaiting implementation, that are going to benefit. On top of that, I've worked on civil education, especially in matters of lands. This year alone, we have been able to do 4 clinics, and that one is because I reached out, from our partner FAO to facilitators. So we have done for the 4 regions, each region 1, and it was so successful. And I've continued. I've done several public participation, more than 20. I think most of your ones I've done together with the member of assembly. They have been, the recent was from Honorable Motea, and also from Metongo.
Okay, thank you. Monica, yes and yes.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, our Speaker. Congratulations, Madam Monica Kadono.
Thank you.
For your nomination for the post of CC, Finance, Economic Planning and ICT. I just have 2 concerns that I would wish you address. I'm concerned about the Meru Revenue Board. Now, as the CC in charge of finance, what measures would you take in place to ensure there is integration of ICT financial systems? Number 1, to improve efficiency and accountability. And also anchor your answer on that issue of Meru Revenue Board. If you walk across at night, there's a lot of cash collection, right? I guess you know that. How sure are we that the money that is being collected across all these barriers along the road gets back to the county for its intended purposes? Then the last one, I've received a message here from a concerned citizen of the land. They are saying information to be clarified by CCM Finance, Madam Kadono. One, there is a 15 million for human resource management system. You respond to that. I think the person who is asking the same is watching. Number two, they are saying fleet system, 19 million. And the third one, there is something about silver spread, 8 million. Since it's a concern, residents of the land are, I guess, the person is watching right now, you can respond to that.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, Monica.
Thank you, Chair. Answering for Honorable Mwenda Hadi. You have asked about the integration of the ICT for the Meru Revenue Board. And that was my focus, to make Meru cashless. And I successfully began with the hospital. Then we went to other revenue streams. And I've said I just left the way I've launched the system. I didn't get the chance to implement. I know what I require to do is to form an enforcement team that can make surprise visit to the point to make sure it's cashless. Number two is to sensitize the public that we have moved cashless, and in case, including even the staff, the collection team, the revenue team, that in case you are caught with the case of cash collection, these are the repercussions. You may face suspension and also showcase, together with the enforcement team that I intend to form to make Meru cashless, because unless we go cashless, we tend to lose a lot of cash. And then also, in the era we have today, is a era of ICT. And I intend to also integrate that with the hospital and other collection revenue streams. I intend also to improve the payment of the bursaries. Yeah. Instead of delivering the check, you just press the button through the bank, and then your beneficiaries from your ward, from the various schools, they just check from the bank. Those are just but a few among many. I want to answer the issue you have talked about, the human resource management system. What I know about it, there was a recommendation from the controller of budget because of the escalation of the wage bill. And they requested first we need to do a report on the staff. And the control of budget recommended the human resource management system. And through budgeting, we were able to budget. Unfortunately, I left the department before the procurement. So I may not know, because I'm not currently the CC Finance, maybe the one who is there can answer that. Same case to fleet system. There was also a query for the fuel, even from the audit. And that's how it was recommended we do the fleet system. And the budget was done. Also, unfortunately, I left the department before the procurement. I'm not sure whether it was procured or not. For the silver spread, there was a lot of allegation of fuel. That's why we decided to change the fuel from initially we were in rubies. Now there was a decision to change and to procure. And it was procedurally procured. And by the time I left, the procurement was done in the right procedure according to the Procurement and Disposal Act. And the payment was done, and even now, because I use the county government vehicle, we use the total. However, another one shell was added. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Yes, Honorable Karim Kiringo.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I have two questions for you, Monica. You have been the CEC Finance before, You went to lands, now you're back again. You've already mentioned from your comments that the previous regime did not allow you to do 1, 2, 3 things. I believe there's a goodwill from the governor. Your docket is quite massive because it includes economic planning and ICT. So what are you planning on the ICT level? Because I know the Communication Authority of Kenya has done its role probably in fiber optic cables, even in the most rural areas. And we believe some classes don't, some schools don't even have classes. And I remember in 2013 when we were voting Uhuru and Ruto, we voted for them because we knew our children will get laptops. So what are you going to do in your docket to help the ICT sector? Because I believe that's the future. And not only in the high schools or campuses, I want to know what strategies you have even on the primary level or even in the ECDE level. That's all. The second question to you is, will you be compromised by anyone or anything? Because I know you have friends who probably have promised you or you've promised each other things. I just want to know, is it your personality to be compromised? Because if the finance department fails, then Meru County fails. So that's all. Thanks.
Thank you, Honorable Karimi. Yes, Monica.
Thank you, Chair. Answering to Honorable Karimi. Okay, the integration of the ICT, how to help the schools. From the many projects I've handled, especially in the lands department, I've learned the power of multi-agency implementation of anything from the one to go to the end. These are steps that we need to sit down together. We need to form a committee, including the representative from the schools, the county assembly, and the executive, to brainstorm on the way forward because of the limited resources. For example, school now, for us, the devolved function limits us to ECD. So this is something I need to get ideas from the schools, because so that we can move to that point. For now, concerning the schools, because now, okay, I have several ideas on collaboration of the ICT, especially in the lands department, making the cashless payment, all payments in Meru, also digitalizing lands, which had already begun. In fact, we have a proposal already, a concept for the public lands, beginning with the public lands. We have a GIS lab that we are about to launch. But for the school, I'll form a committee that will now, we will think about the way forward on improving. Because as you know, again, we have to wait for the government, the way they have promised to put fiber in every local area. Because you know now, most of the part in Meru, even there is a big part of Meru that is marginalized. So it's not something I can promise to do immediately.
Thank you, Monica.
It's a challenge I've taken.
Thank you, Monica. Yes, we can have Kangwana on our Bility Kangwana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Honorable Duncan Kangwana from MAURI. I would wish to ask the CCM nominee. First of all, let me congratulate you for being nominated to be among the executive in the Meru County government. So there is some queries from the executive side of government, that is the staff, who are complaining that where you are the CCM finance, you orchestrated the script of interest in the offices. So they have been running without interest for all those years. And now I would wish you to clarify on that, because they have been complaining over that you orchestrated that the description of the interest in the offices. The other thing, if it is true, of which I believe is, if we are in the same position, how do you run the office without an interest, because it is needed for service delivery? Then, when those queries were raised to you, you answered that you are saving for the county government so that the county couldn't get enough money for development. So if it happened, how much did you save for the county government and that development which was achieved during that time? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Miriti Kangwana. Yes, Monica, and you be brief in your answers.
Okay, thank you. It is not true. Going to the records, up to October when I left the department, the staff were paid impressed for the office and even for the PANDMs. Going to the records, because I remember since I left, there has been backlog of interest. Personally, I have strained to achieve. Even doing lunch clinics was very hard. I've gone even to the meetings without interest. But if records are checked, the last there were regular payment of interest and office interest and the PANDMs. The last there were regular payment of interest and office interest and the PANDMs.